very good evening and welcome to Primetime News live from the News First Centre here in Colombo. I'm Madhushka Balasuriya.
And I'm Nicola D'Souza. We here at News First would like to wish Muslims in Sri Lanka and across the world Eid Mubarak.
That's right, and we have news of the events that took place in the island to celebrate the Hajj festival. But first, let's take a look at your headlines.
Headlines on News First at 9.
Sajid Premadasa meets with the leader of the United Bhikkhu Front once again. Minister Rohit Abegunawardena speaks on the topic of leadership.
අපි ඉතිහාසයේ කතාවක් අහලා තිනවා නායකයෝ නැති වුණාමත් ඕනම දෙයක් අරාජික වෙනවා. ඒ වගේම තමයි නායකයෝ වැඩි වුණාමත් ඕනම දෙයක් අරාජික වෙනවා.
CNI People's Movement for Water Conservation announces that Venerable Theripaha Siridhammathero has been removed from the position of advisor of the movement.
CNI ජලය සුරැකීමේ ජනනගම කියන සංවිධානය අද සිට අහෝසි.
A technical officer attached to the CMC who made revelations about corrupt activities released from his duties.
News First at 9.
UMP parliamentarian Sajid Premadasa met with the leader of the United Bhikkhu Front today.
During the meeting, parliamentarian Sajid Premadasa briefed the Thera on the progress of the discussions with UMP leader Ranil Wickremesinghe held yesterday.
The meeting between MP Sajid Premadasa and the leader of the United Bhikkhu Front was also attended by a number of members from the UMP and the Bhikkhu Front.
Today I briefed the chairman, secretary and the organizer of the United Bhikkhu Front on the discussions that were held with Ranil Wickremesinghe yesterday. The Venerable Mahasangha advised us to implement proposals that were agreed upon by the Mahasangha, Karujai Surya and myself. They asked me to call for the implementation of the proposals forwarded by the Mahasangha during future discussions with the party leader.
හිමිපාණන් වහන්සේලා ප්‍රමුඛ මහා සංඝරත්නය ඉදිරිපත් කරපු ඒ යෝජනාවලියන් වෙනසකින් තොරව ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්නට අපි ඉදිරි සාකච්ඡා තුලින් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා.
Meanwhile, Sajid Premadasa says that no agreement has been reached with the UMP leader Ranil Wickremesinghe on the sharing of power within the party.
He made this statement in reaction to a media report that was published today.
The media report in question had stated that Ranil Wickremesinghe, Karujai Surya and Sajid Premadasa had reached a power sharing agreement. I can clearly say that we have not reached any consensus on any issue. Because we didn't reach a consensus, discussions will be held next week as well. I cannot accept that we reached a decision on any issue. It is difficult for me to explain what took place during the discussions as it is unethical.
Speaking at an event in Panadura today, Project Minister of Ports and Highways Rohita Abegunawardena shared these thoughts on the proposed UMP Supreme Council.
වික්‍රමසිංහ මහත්තයාට හොඳ ගැට ගහනවා. දැන් ඔන්න ඊයේ පෙරේදා ගැහුවා නියම ගැටය.
People say that the UNP is constantly losing and they cannot continue with this leader. Then Ranil Wickremesinghe said that he will create a Supreme Council. Who has he appointed to this Supreme Council? Karujai Surya and Sajid Premadasa. They will be in charge of making the UNP victorious at the next election. Ranil Wickremesinghe knows that the losses the party will suffer in the western and southern provinces will be far greater than the losses suffered in the northwestern and central provinces. If the losses suffered in the northwestern and central provinces are considered to be retail losses, then the losses that will be suffered in the western and southern provinces will be wholesale losses. God bless those two individuals when the elections are announced. After the elections, Ranil Wickremesinghe will question them on why they couldn't win when he gave them the opportunity. There is an ancient saying which notes that everything will fall into disarray when there are no leaders or when there is an excess of leaders. In the near future, the symbol of the UNP will change from an elephant to a cinnamon stick.
Minister Lakshman Yapa Abewardena also commented on the attack on a procession held in Mathura recently.
UNPers take poles into their hands and assault other UNPers. Did the people vote for us to engage in such activities? If I was in the UNP, I could have been at one of those two processions. Either way, I would have been assaulted. Thanks to Sirasa, we were able to see who actually carried out the attack. Sirasa took steps to highlight those who engaged in the attack. If not, the blame would have been pinned on the government.
Welcome back. You're watching News First. Now, the CNR People's Movement for Water Conservation announced today that Venerable Teripa Siridhamma has been removed from the position of advisor of the movement.
And addressing a media briefing today, the movement notes that Venerable Teripa Siridhamma had left the area.
With effect from today, Venerable Siridhamma has been removed from the position of advisor to our movement. This decision was taken by our board of activists after taking into consideration the fact that the Thero left the area and after taking into consideration his initial approach to this issue and his current stance. We are inquiring into what happened to Siridhamma. We have received information that the Thero had stayed at a 5-star hotel in Colombo recently. He had hoped to migrate overseas. He had stayed at the 5-star hotel as there was a delay in processing the visa and obtaining the passport. The public is saying that the Thero left after obtaining 10 million rupees.
The advisor for CNR People's Movement Water Conservation is Siridhamma. This movement will not work according to the whims and fancies of certain individuals. The decision to grant a 6-month period was not taken by me alone. I reject all these allegations. Do not associate my name with such shameful activities. The CNR People's Movement for Water Conservation is dissolved with effect from today. If any individual or group continues to use this name, I will not bear responsibility for it. The public should keep in mind that Siridhamma will not engage in such shameful acts. Meanwhile, a meeting organized by the Gampa Lawyers Association was held at the Gampa Court Complex today with the aim of raising awareness among area residents. Members of the police also took part in this meeting. We are of the same view. We want this company to be removed from this location immediately.
We requested for this factory to be removed. We did not discuss anything about closing down the factory. We requested the people not to engage in activities that disturbs the peace, and if acts of violence are committed, legal action will be taken.
Muslims the world over celebrated the Hajj festival today.
The Muslim community marks Eidul Adha or Hajj festival, giving prominence to the ideals of peace and unity. Hajj is closely associated with a series of incidents that took place during the time of Ibrahim, his wife Hajra, and their son Ismail, who lived in Mecca nearly 5,000 years ago. Religious events were organized around the country today to mark Eidul Adha.
And make sure that our sabqat to kulli shay, alhamdulillah wa ala kulli shay, Allahu Akbar, walillah.
Meanwhile, issuing a message to mark the celebration of Eid ul-Adha, the President notes that the Hajj festival is an embodiment of sacrifice.
In his message to mark the Hajj festival, President Mahinda Rajapaksa notes that many thousands of Muslim pilgrims from Sri Lanka will join millions of their fellow worshippers in the holy city of Mecca to perform Hajj. President Rajapaksa noted that in this spirit of unity nurtured by their faith, the Muslims of Sri Lanka have contributed significantly to the progress of our country and all our people. The President adds that the celebration of Hajj, with a shared spirit of joy, should strengthen their commitment to live in harmony and with all other communities in the cause of peace, reconciliation and national unity. Meanwhile, Prime Minister T.M. Jayarathne, in his message to mark the Hajj festival, calls on all Sri Lankan Muslims to pray to God for a society of equality which may safeguard the rights of themselves as well as the other members of the community by following the teachings of Almighty Allah. The Premier adds that it is his earnest belief that all Sri Lankans should step forward, leaving caste, creed and religious differences behind, to bring the country forward under the outstanding leadership and unwavering devotion of President Mahinda Rajapaksa. Issuing a message to mark Eid al-Adha, leader of the Democratic Party Sarath Fonseca noted that the determination, dedication and the unity of the Muslim community should be utilized in the future development of the country. Fonseca hopes that all communities will join hands to create a human chain.
Sri Lanka is gearing up to host the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting next month. The Commonwealth rally held to create awareness about the Chogam reached Kandy on its cross-country journey today.
The Commonwealth rally reached Matale yesterday, an area famed for its involvement in the riots against the whole imperialists. The rally, which commenced its cross-country journey from Point Pedro, received blessings from the Sri Muthumariyamman Kovil today. Subsequently, an event was held in the Mathura town under the patronage of the Deputy Minister of Transport, Rohana Disanayaka. The national flag of Mozambique was hoisted at the event.
To speak a few words about the country Mozambique.
We hoist the Sri Lankan flag every day. Today I received the opportunity to hoist the national flag of Mozambique. I see it as a rare opportunity provided to a person. We are also very happy about the initiative undertaken by the Sirasa Network as a responsible and popular media network of the country.
Following the event, the Chogam rally commenced its journey for the 15th day today. The rally travelled through Alavatukoda today. An event was held to welcome the rally under the auspices of Central Provincial Councillor Tilak Rajapaksa. The national flag of Namibia was hoisted at the event held in Alavatukoda. Thereafter, the rally commenced its journey to the historic city of Kandy. A musical show was held this evening in Kandy. The rally will make its way from Kandy to Navalapitiya tomorrow, on day 16 of its journey across the island.